Good people, good people, good people. Welcome back to the Gumtown Podcast, episode 191. I'm Doug B. If you tuned in to this podcast, thank you for your time and your attention. I really appreciate you giving it a shot. Today's guest is the founder and owner of New Vision Studios, LLC. I'm looking forward to this conversation. I'm sure we'll all be inspired by his story. Let's chop it up with Austin Simmons. Austin, how's it going, man?
Pretty good, man. I can't complain. How's it going for you?
Glad to hear that. And all is well on my end, too. First things first, thank you for taking time out of your schedule to chop it up with me. I really appreciate it.
Oh no, thank you, man. I appreciate you having me on.
Yes, sir. Of course, we're to talk about all the great things you got going on with New Vision Studios LLC. But before we
Mhm.
talk business, let's get to know the man behind the brand. So you're originally from Montgomery. What was your upbringing like coming up in the Gump?
Yeah, man, I'm from Montgomery. Upbringing was great. Close to family, pretty much all my family, immediate family, up to my cousins live here. So yeah, we were all real close knit growing up. Grandparents live mostly right down the street. I grew up on Biscayne, which is down by Seth Johnson. Grandma, she stayed right down the street. My other grandparents, they stayed in Rosa Parks. So we was me and my brother. Because growing up until I was like 11, 12, it was just me and my brother. He's 4 years 4 years older than me. And then when I was 12, my little sister came. But yeah, man, me and him back and forth to my grandparents' house every other weekend. Spent a lot of time with them. A lot of time with my parents, who are also both from Montgomery. They went to the same church, which is how they knew each other, and had a friendship from youth up until I think around college when they finally decided to become a couple. But yeah, man, I went to ACA for Alabama Christian in high school, graduated, and then went to Alabama A&M on a full ride football scholarship. Played there from 2013 and graduated in 2017. I have a graduate with a bachelor's in graphic design, so I have a graphic design background, which is kind of where I've grown out from. So from there, after I graduated, I started. My first job was a part-time job with counsel and substance abuse as a marketing assistant. Got hired. Was working under a good guy, good friend named Marcel Good. Shout out to him because he's the reason I met my reason I met my wife
Okay.
at the job. Actually, I'll have to tell you about that sometime if we have some time to get into that. But at that time, I was also interning or started interning at some point with the Alabama Bicentennial Commission back in like 2018. So from there, went transfer over from COSA to the Bicentennial Commission full time. Was doing graphic design solely for them. I was the only graphic designer at the Bicentennial. It was a real small group of people. We had like five people in the office doing this whole thing. 5 6 people. Well, 5 or 6 people in the main group, and then we had about 5 or 6 people in the education side. So it was about 10 to 12 people in the whole commission, which was real fun, man. It was a real cool time, real historic event. So I was really glad to be a part of that. And then I went over after that all ended. I went over to Alabama Tourism, which is where I am now. But I actually left tourism for about almost 2 years, and went down to Gulf Shores, Gulf Shores, Orange Beach tourism, and was the graphic designer slash photographer slash videographer there. And now I'm back in Montgomery. Been back for about 2 years, 1.5 years, and loving it, man. I'm happy to be back. Happy to be around my family again. I miss everyone, so yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Okay, appreciate you, man, for sharing some of your background and just hearing about family, parents, siblings, and grandparents. Well, first of all, sound like you had a great village growing up around you, and we
Yeah,
know, yes, sir, and we know it takes a village. I mean, that's not just a cliche, like that's real talk. It
yeah.
definitely takes a village. So that's great that you were able to grow up in Montgomery, 10 ACA, and when you graduated, you went up to 65 to 10 Alabama A&M. So I gotta ask you, Austin. How was the HBCU experience for you?
Man, it was great, man. It was great. It was interesting because I went from ACA. I went to public school from kindergarten. Well, I guess first grade up to fourth grade. So in Montgomery, it's predominantly black in the public school system. So I was always around majority black people, and then it was almost a little bit of a culture shock switching over the next year when in fifth grade I went to ACA up until I graduated, which is a predominantly white private school. But I mean, I was still in church around majority black church audience, family. So I had a little bit of both worlds. And then once I left ACA and went to another majority black college, it was kind of different. Just culturally, I mean, I was already around our culture growing up and, family and stuff, but it's different when you have the blending of people from all different types of walks of lives, all different types of places around America, internationally. And just the culture and vibe of the HBCU to me is just unmatched. It's a beautiful place. There's a lot of love for each other, a lot of love for other ethnicities and walks of lives. So I love my experience at A&M. I love playing football. I love the friends that I have, still have. I have my roommate from college slash teammate, still my best friend to this day. So yeah, it was a great experience, man. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Yes, sir. I completely agree. I went to and graduated from Alabama State, so I exactly.
Okay,
Yes, sir. So I know
might be a
exactly.
little enemies.
Man, no doubt, man. It's all good, man. As long as it didn't matter to the classic, hey, I root for all
Hey
HBCUs, man. But
man,
that
me too.
absolutely. So that's great, man. You got a chance to experience the HBCU experience, and I can only imagine, like you were talking about, that culture
Yeah.
shock going from a predominantly white school, graduating from ACA, then going to HBCU, and but you said something key, which is my favorite part of attending HBCU, meeting people from all over, East
Yeah.
Coast, West Coast, Midwest, overseas, and we all just came together and just created those lifelong memories and relationships. And it
Mhm.
sounded like that was the same thing that happened up on the hill.
Yeah, absolutely. It was. Yeah, we had especially on a football team because I mean you can find people on campus and cling to your group. You might have people that came up there with you that you may have known from high school, back in the Gump, and y'all made your own kind of clique or whatever. But when you have this group of like brotherhood kind of thrusted upon you that you don't get to choose, you don't. I remember my coach was saying like you don't get to choose these people, but you have to be with them. And everyone came from different upbringings. Everyone had a different story. Everyone came from a different just place in general. And it was just cool to see everyone's different cultures. Like we had people from California, from Georgia, Florida, Texas, Hawaii. Sure, I think we had one dude. He was from Poland or Holland or something like that. So yeah, it was cool, man. It was just really cool to see how everyone got together. The lingo everyone had, the culture everyone brought to the team,
Yep.
just from their own respective areas. So yeah, man, I love the experience. It was college in general was just a fun time with some lifelong memories that I'll take to the grave and that I always talk about
Yeah, no
with my
doubt, no
friend,
doubt,
my
man.
wife. My wife, she mess with me all the time, talking about how every time me and my friend get on the phone, we just we just reminisce for
Oh
hours.
yeah. No doubt, man. College was just one of those times, man. It was a great time. It was a fun
Yeah,
time. It was like that last period of life before you had to become an adult, and you just got a
yeah,
chance to have a little freedom, meet people from all over, and
yeah,
I mean, it's just a great time. And trust me, man, I'm in the same boat when it comes to catching up with just some of my friends from college and people who went to school with. Like you see them, you just have those conversations. Like, man, remember we used to go to this club and we used to go to
yeah,
this party. So that's what it's all about. So you got a chance to actually, so you were actually on the football team doing your thing on the field. See, I I always watch the game from the stands, but I got to ask you, as a player, what was it like playing in the Magic City Classic every year?
Man, I have had the privilege of playing at several different schools larger than A&M, Power Five schools. I played at Georgia Tech, played Cincinnati, where else? Played Coastal Carolina. We played at Auburn. I didn't even play that game because I was injured. But I mean, we played some teams, man. When I was in college, with some large facilities, large stadiums, crowds that are crazy, but there's no atmosphere like the Classic, man. I just feel chills even talking about it. It's like when you know how I mean, Crampton, not Crampton Bowl, Legion Field is a big stadium.
Right.
That's a big stadium. But pulling up to the stadium, we used to be in the buses and stuff,
Hmm.
and you pull up to the stadium, driving through, and all you just see is tents, just a sea of tents, people grilling, fans lined up, waving, everyone walking around. And you get to the stadium's big, go in the locker room, and by the time the game start, it's pretty packed out.
Yeah.
It's pretty packed out when the game starts.
Right.
But halftime come, you leave, and when you come out, of course, you know, HBCU culture,
Right.
everyone loves it. People be outside hanging out doing XYZ. But when halftime come, they're like, man, I need to go see what the band doing. Especially
Right.
when these two bands play. Because you got the Marching Hornets and the Marching Maroon and White.
Right.
To me, two of my favorite bands.
Right.
Great band. And they get together, man. It's like it's their own battle, man. It's their own Magic City Classic too.
Right.
So, but after halftime, bro, when you come out after halftime back on the field to warm up,
Right.
I'm my first Classic, man. I walked out. We ran out the tunnel to go warm up and stuff, and I came out and my jaw dropped because I was like, man, I ain't never seen this many people in my life.
Right.
It was crazy. It was crazy. Great atmosphere. Fans are great. Especially when the game is good. When the game is good and close. I remember, I think 2015, we had a amazing comeback with a really great catch by our receiver Monterio Smith. It was Hail Mary pass, and he dove out for it, stretched out, caught that thing like on the 1 yard line. And I remember just the crowd, the sound of the crowd, man, just erupted. It was beautiful. The celebration at the end, the great thing, man, it's a big rivalry, but there's really no bad blood between the team.
Right.
Like there's no bad blood. Everyone, because most of, I mean, most of us are from Alabama.
Right.
You playing a team in Montgomery, and a lot of us on A&M's team are also from Montgomery. So we playing against people that we've played against in high school or may have known in high school. So yeah, man, it's still a lot of friendship, a lot of respect between both teams. It's a lot of fun, some great competition. I played against some really, really great players at ASU.
Right.
I can't describe.
Yeah, no, it's
Not
cool.
describe it.
It's cool, no worries, man. And you spot on. Like, there's nothing like the Classic. Just even from a fan's perspective, I
Yeah,
I get those chills. So I can only imagine you being on the field and being in the center of the action, man.
yeah,
And I've been fortunate enough to go to a few big games, Iron Bowl and other big games like that. And there's nothing like the Classic. I can't explain it. If you ain't never been, you just won't know until you go. Like,
yeah, yeah. Yeah, man, you gotta go at least once. At
exactly.
least
Like
once.
Madison the Classic. Like everybody who look like you and I need to go to the Classic at least one time just to see what it's like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir. So that's
And
good
I've had
stuff.
the privilege
Hmm.
of experience so at least one time since I stopped playing, and it was rough because, man, we went up. I'm a big dude. I'm darn 6'7",
Okay.
and I'm heavy, so I can't just find clothes and stuff.
Right.
And I don't know. I don't think I had like a raincoat, rain jacket, or something. But we got some ponchos just in case of rain.
Okay.
And of course, the ponchos did.
Wow.
It was too small.
Wow.
But man, we got out there, bro, and it rained from first quarter until like right maybe after halftime.
Hmm.
So me and my wife, my girlfriend at the time, we just sitting there soaked. It's low key cold.
Yeah.
Then they start going to overtime. But we try to wait it out because 2 Chainz at the end too.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it was a lot of fun. Ain't no one course.
Okay. Respect. Hey man.
I don't throw
Respect.
no shade at you.
No, man, respect, man. Hey, like you said, ain't no bad blood. Like,
Ain't
man,
no bad blood.
man, hey man, the Madison Classic, it's just a big family reunion. We all out
Yeah.
there with our black and gold and maroon and white on. We just talking crap to
Mm-hmm.
each other. We having a good time. Like ain't nobody on
Man,
no yeah,
it's fun.
everybody.
It's fun.
Yeah, we just having a good time. Like, nah, it ain't never been no smoke, no bad blood with A&M.
Yeah.
It's always just been a good time, fun time. So that's great, man. Like, so that's good that you got a chance to experience it as a player as well as being able to experience it as a fan. So you got a chance to have the experience from both perspectives. So that's great, man. And it's great to learn more about your background and where you come from. And but tonight we're here to talk about all the great things you got going on with New Vision Studios LLC. So before we talk about what you got going on services wise, I'm real big into brand names and their origins and how they come about. So I got to ask you, Austin, how did you come up with this name for your brand?
Um. So I started out doing some graphic design work, kind of right after college, just to try to get a little money here and there because I didn't have a job yet. But I was never like consistent with it. I was never really serious with, and that kind of continued. And I really, at some point, just kind of stopped. I had a I had a business. I didn't really have like an official business, but I had a small business that I think I named Apex Designs. No real thought into it. I was like, man, what's the coolest name I can think of? Apex Predator. That sounded cool, so I used that. Like I said, I was never really too serious about it. I would do stuff like church every once in a while, but I was never really going after clients. So after a while, I was like, man, I'm starting to really get into. After a while, I got into filmmaking. I always loved movies. Was always like a real film buff. And in college, started to get into cinematography. I had a photography class in college, so I started to learn how to use a camera. But I kind of was always intimidated to transfer over and start to do filmmaking, to just even press record and just like try to record a video. Just seemed intimidating to try to learn such a new medium. So eventually, I started venturing out. I think when I was at tourism, is really the first time I started doing any video work. We got a camera, like a cinema grade camera. Did our first video with a experience giver slash tour guide that's well known throughout the city named Michelle Browder. The video came out great, and I had a great time just going there, setting up lights, getting everything the way I envisioned it. Because that's really what I like about art in general, especially like graphic design and video filmmaking, is making something out of scratch. Just kind of having something, getting the ideas in my head and bringing them to fruition, either physically or digitally, just in front of me. So I really enjoyed it and was like, man, I would really love to do this on the side. And once I got married, I wanted to provide more for my family, but also, have something of my own that I can, like a legacy. So when I thought about that, and kind of thought about my past with just not really taking it serious, I wanted to have something and thought about how I could convey, number one, that it was kind of like a rebirth of myself, kind of like a true rebranding, but just on all levels. So like a rebirth. So I wanted to have a new vision of my future, a new vision for what I wanted to do, something that was more clear and concise, something that was serious, but also I wanted to convey to clients that what I am able to do is to make your vision concise, make your vision clear to your audience, and also just bring your vision to fruition the way I'm able to bring my visions to fruition. So that's kind of where the name came from. That's pretty much it.
Okay, sounds good, man. Very organic way how you came up with the name, and appreciate you for sharing it. And like I said, I'm just big into brand names, and your
Yeah.
brand name definitely caught my eye. So that makes
Oh,
sense
thank
how
you.
you, yes, sir, and that makes sense how you were able to come up with that name. So as far as services, what all do you offer over at New Vision Studios?
So I have a background shit since I got out of college in marketing. So like I said, I graduated with a degree in graphic design. So I do. It's a multimedia studio. So I do graphic design, videography slash cinematography, and photography. So graphic design, I'm able to completely give you a brand identity through either completely conceptualizing your brand from helping you develop the name, logo, color scheme, the intricate whatever patterns that you might want to be associated with your brand, fonts, or just help you in any of those stages with your brand identity. For videography, excuse me, yeah, I have a little sinus infection I'm trying to get over. Videography and cinematography. Like I said, I love filmmaking. I love movies. So I want to tell stories for people in a very cinematic way, a beautiful way that kind of shows people the beauty of other people's lives through either documentary work, but not only documentary, but I also want to help people in marketing to promote their events, and grow their audiences with their small to medium sized businesses, uh, or help them promote and sell houses through real estate. So, events, real estate, documentary slash or sports slash events is kind of where I am niching in videography. And photography, I can do, like I said, that kind of couples with the same things with videography and graphic design. Either photo shoots for like graduations, photo shoots for your brand, your uh, items that you might sell for, like let's say you have a store that's your small business. I can photograph your. I'm sorry. What's word? I guess inventory is a better word. Photographing inventory to help put on social media for social media content,
Okay.
uh, and just anything in between for photography, events, photograph events,
Okay.
and stuff like that.
Okay, sounds good, man. So you a triple threat: videography, graphic design, photography. You making it happen with all three.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good stuff, man. That's an amazing stuff, amazing story, amazing background on the business services you got, you're offering. So, yes, sir. Whenever I have entrepreneurs on the platform like yourself, I like to talk about three things: the aha moment, action, and audacity. Take us back to your aha moment when you first had the idea to create this business.
What was the aha? I think it would more than likely probably be somewhere around when my wife got pregnant with my son. Like I said, I think just number one being getting married and then having a child on the matures you quickly if you let it. Some people they might try to hold on to their past, hold on to who they are, but I realized that number one, I wanted to be the person that God wanted me to be. I realized I had to provide for my family, and I wanted to be a hard worker. I didn't want to just be lazy. I didn't want to sit, kicking and chill all the time because my dad's a is a big influence in my life. And growing up, that's all I saw him do. I saw him work. I saw him come home, spend time with us, love my mom, love me and my brother and my sister. So I had a great role model for someone, as they say, didn't have a lazy bone in their body. He was someone when I was young, before I even knew it, I didn't even know, but he used to work a night shift at Food World at one point when I was a kid. So that's someone I wanted to be like. I wanted to be someone who worked hard. So when my son was coming up or was about to be born, I was like, man, I want to be able to make more money. But I want to do it in a way that's positive, something that I'd like to do, and something where I can utilize the talent that God gave me. Because I don't want to just go out and I can go out and do. different types of odd jobs and stuff like that, which is fine and it works. It's great, of course, but I think I have a talent that God gifted me that I could either utilize or just kind of use it every once in a while at work. So when he was about to be born, or when we found out about him, like I said, I had to start maturing some pretty quickly because we only had 9 months or whatever. So I was like, man, I want to do something. I want to have some, but I also want, like I said, I want to have fun doing it. So I had a, like I said, I always wanted to switch over to photography to videography slash cinematography. I had like some lights that I had from back when we shot that Michelle Browder video. And at this time, we were living down in Gulf Shores. This is when I left tourism and went down Gulf Shores. So we're living down there. Finally had some lights, and I had this little small startup kit camera, worth nothing. Don't shoot no real good video. And I went to my apartment complex that we were living in, and I just asked them like, "Hey, do y'all mind if I just shoot like a real estate video? Just y'all don't have to use it. If you do, it's fine. It'll be free. Just do you mind like giving me access to like a model unit?" They're like, "Yeah, sure, of course." So I went in, shot a video, uh, edited it, and then gave it back to them. I don't know if they ever used it. I doubt they did. But that was like the first time I sat down on my own outside of work and just finally did the video thing. And I was happy, man. It was at the time it was big to me. It may not have been like the best the best real estate video, but I think it was an accomplishment in my life to help propel me forward to get to where I am now. And then after
Okay.
that, I think that's when I really started. As a matter of fact, I want to say I may have started already conceptualizing and may have had a logo for the business at that point. But yeah, that was the first thing I think I did under New Vision.
Okay. Yeah, I appreciate you for sharing that, man. Just the aha moment sounds like just getting married and having your son on the way. That was like the aha moment that sparked you
Yeah.
to go ahead and start this business. And so from the time you had the initial aha moment, how long did it take you to get the LLC registered and get the business stuff
Uh,
all situated?
Let me see. Maybe I'm trying to think. Was Crib born? I think I found out my wife was pregnant like in January, and I want to say I finally got the LLC around somewhere around April or May.
Okay.
So about 4 or 5 months.
Okay.
That's how long it took me to just like, because like I said, man, the first quote unquote business I had, it was just like I don't know if I say this for IRS,
No,
but
no worries. Don't.
but yeah,
Hey,
man,
yeah.
it
So,
was yeah,
so okay. No, no worries, man. It sounds like
it was
it.
like a yeah.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, what'd
It,
you say, man? I
Oh
interrupted.
no, none of the words. I was just gonna follow up what you were just saying, basically. So you said so April you got the LLC situated, found out the wife is pregnant in January. So it took you about 3 months to get everything
Yeah,
situated. And okay, it's not a long time at all, man. 3 months fly
yeah,
by like 3 days. So you
yeah,
didn't spend a whole lot of time thinking and planning. You went ahead and got everything situated with the LLC, which is what it's all about because you want to make sure the business is legitimized and all that good stuff.
yeah,
So
yeah. Like I said, I wanted to take it serious, man. So
right,
went and got an actual LLC. Uh, then the next step was start, just try to get a little equipment.
right.
Got a new computer to do the graphic design, and I thought would be good for video. And then probably shoot 1.5, maybe almost 2 years after that, I finally got a new camera. So
Okay.
last year when I really started trying to do hunkering down and actually get into the business truly, but I had some health issues with my back and wasn't able to really do much at all last year up until January of this year. So, but yeah, this year, man, I'm planning on really pursuing it. Go after some clients and showing some people what I can do for them.
Right. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. That's what it's about, man. Just continue to grow and expand, grow your clientele, like you were saying, man. That's definitely what it's about. That last portion, audacity. It's one thing to have an idea, it's another thing to put action behind the idea. But to put it out to the world, to be praised or criticized, that's where the audacity comes in my opinion. Who or what gave you that courage, that audacity to put New Vision Studios out to the world?
Man, uh, first I'm gonna have to say God, just through prayer and understanding that God doesn't give you a spirit of, being timid. He's always with us. So no matter what it is that I do, one, I'm satisfied, I'm content, I'm happy with life, whether it's successful, my business is successful. I have a beautiful wife, and a great little kid, great family, great life. I have a job that provides. So if it's win or lose with my side business, hopefully one day I'm able to make it into my full time business. I'm happy. I'm provided for, and secondly, he blessed me with an amazing wife who is my courage when my courage is just faltering. She really uplifts me every day I need it. And like I
Huh?
said, man, when we found out about a son, I was like, man, I want to be able to provide and have a legacy, do something, have my sons grow up and see me working hard for the family. Maybe even pass something down to him, whether he wants to continue with the business. Maybe it'll be something fun for him to just learn as a side, as a trade, how to operate a camera. She was the one who helped me do research of how to get a business license. When I was making my website, she helped me with the copy. She's always my my best critic. Uh,
Right.
you have to have someone who's true, who's not going to be a yes man, tell you what's not true, what you want to hear. Someone who's going to tell you what you need to hear and just the truth. So I love bringing her my arts and crafts and letting her see it. And she'll tell me stuff even when I want to hear. I'm like, man, whatever. But I always love hearing her feedback on stuff because I know that it's going to be 100% true. 99.9% of the time, it's going to be 100% right.
Right.
uh,
Huh?
but yeah, man, she gives me the courage I need to do the stuff to step outside my comfort zone. Because, like I said before we started the podcast, I'm a naturally just shy person, especially like growing up. Man, I was really really shy.
Right.
And I guess in college, that's when I kind of started to break out my shell. I could always kind of do stuff that's outside my comfort zone when I need to. Like I can just kind of turn on and off the switch if I have to.
Right.
But for the stuff that I just, that's just a little harder for you to get out of, my wife has been there every step of the way, helping me to just finally take steps forward to
Huh?
accomplish the things that I really want to accomplish. Because when you love someone and they have a passion for something, it's almost as if that passion becomes your passion.
Okay. No doubt,
And
man. No doubt. Hey, man, much respect to the missus for being that
yeah, yeah,
encouragement,
shout out.
being your backbone, being your biggest encourager, and giving you that courage, that audacity, like you were saying, God, wife, and his family, and it just goes back to what I was saying earlier about having that village. It takes a village at all
Yeah,
levels in life, Austin. Whether when we're kids, when we're adults, we need that village around us that's gonna love on
yeah,
us when we're doing right and correct us when we're doing wrong.
yeah, 100%, man. I'm
Yeah.
glad. I'm glad I have her.
Yes,
Glad
sir.
my son has her. He's gonna have like you said, a great village of people who are always encouraging, always truthful, but he's gonna have some people who are always behind him every step of the way.
No doubt. Absolutely. No doubt for sure. So you've done great things with the business. I know great things are coming down the pipeline, which
Yeah.
leads to my next portion, vision. What are some of your short-term and long-term goals for the business you feel comfortable sharing?
Short term goals right now. Short term goals right now. I want to this year do three things, and that's mainly in my video. I'd say three to four things, mainly three of the things in my videography, in the videography side of the business. I want to be able to get my first small to medium sized business client and do a business overview slash commercial promotion for that business to help them reach more clients, reach a wider audience. Because right now, as you know, I mean, we're on a podcast. The digital age is where we are. So content especially social media content, and short form content is what's king and what's key to reaching people, especially the younger audiences. So I really would like to help someone who hasn't gotten into that field or gotten into that area yet with their business, to break through, like, and to finally get those clients that they are deserving of, or maybe they thought they didn't, or the clients that they may not have known they didn't have. Because you have businesses that are doing really great, that are doing great things, but you don't know what you don't. So if you have, there might be a whole another audience out there, or a whole another demographic out there that you could be bringing in and reaping from, but you just have to know how to engage with them. Secondly, I would love to do my first sport work with my first sports team. Like I said, I went to ACA, and I have a goal to this year do a kind of like a team intro, because I think they just started playing over at Faulkner. They have a new video board, so I would love to do a really good like team season hype video for them that they can like play right before they come out, run out. That might include key players, footage from scrimmages, practices, just leading up, them working out. Some, just get to the fans hype, ready for the players to come out. Something that the players might be able to watch and listen to and get live and ready to play the other team. And also just to give back to the school that I came from. Like I said, I have great memories, fond memories from high school and college. I would love to be able to give back to those programs with my talent, just out of love that I have for those schools. So that's my second desire. And thirdly, I'm working to get on my first real estate shoot, since I did the last one with the apartment that I used to stay at. I really like real estate. I love cool houses, but I would also love to just help real estate agents show off and really put these houses on display, the proper way they should be, because you may see a lot of real estate agents, and it works, and there's no disrespect or no shot at anyone doesn't have a professional videographer that they can just call out, to record these places, because I know it costs money. You may not be getting paid enough to afford XYZ, but I believe that it is a good investment to have someone who understands how to film a house, someone who understands how to shoot an architecture, to how to shoot architecture, photography, and on video, to showcase what your clients could be living in. You have people who get their phone and might walk around the house. Have If you ever been on Zillow trying to find a new place to stay, you might have like some low quality cell phone photos. That's fine, because that's the best you can do right now. But I believe that it is important, and it will help these realtors sell their houses faster. You're able to showcase exactly what your clients could be living in. And those are three things videography wise I would love that I'm shooting for this year. As far as the fourth one, I also love for have the goal to fully brand someone's brand. Do a full brand identity, from, like I said, video, or from graphic design your logo, help you come up with the idea, unless you already have the idea, which is fine. You bring it to me, and I'll help you develop from the piece of paper that you wrote the idea on, or from your brain, your cell phone notes, up to you finally getting the stationary material for your business, your letterheads, your business cards, you getting the sign to put up in front of your store, or the cling on stickers for your windows. Help shoot your promotional material. Photograph your items or inventory or your services that you're going to sell. Your headshots, staff photography, your business, your interior, your exterior, everything that you need to get your business started and up and running and promoting yourself to the clients that you have your vision for coming in to your business that you envision servicing. So that's what I want to do this year. Long term goals. At some point, I really want to move into. I always, like I said, I always loved filmmaking, and when I first started video, I always had the dream of Hollywood blockbuster narrative film. That's kind of died. I didn't die. I kind of killed it because once my son was born and I met my wife, I realized I was too much of a family man to want to go out and film 3 months on a location or something like that. But I would love to move more into documentary filmmaking because I still love the narrative aspect of telling a story through images. They say you can a picture has 1,000 words. Every second in a video, there are 24 pictures. So in a who knows whatever length documentary that you have telling someone's story about their life or about their passion or about whatever it is that they want their audience to see. Imagine just how many words you can fit into those pictures that you tell or that you have on screen. And I want to also get into commercial cinematography. Like I said, filmmaking, I got into cinematography. And the reason I love cinematography, the difference between videography and cinematography is in videography, the videographer, and some people don't say this well, so it kind of offends videographers. But in videography, you kind of capture what's going on. You don't whatever it is that's in front of you, you just get what's in front of you. You can do it creatively, however creatively you want. You just kind of capture. You're at the will of whatever the conditions are for the most part for the day that you arrive to whatever location you're at. If you're at a wedding, you have to whatever the lighting is at the venue. You got to deal with that, and you just do the best you can do with your conditions as creatively as you can, and you film what's there. Cinematography, you construct the image that you are going to be presenting through manipulation of lights, and you can do some of this stuff sometimes when you at these events. You might come in, and if you're doing like an interview, that's when the cinematography kind of steps in. You might come in, you might shut the lights off and construct the image that you want to help tell the story that you need to tell. So when it comes to cinematography, like I said, I love being able to build something from scratch, from what's in my head, and be able to finally see it on screen or on paper. So it just kind of cinematography is kind of like the fulfillment of my passion when it comes to video. So I would love to get into commercial cinematography, and definitely I want to do a narrative short film, at least one. I think that'll probably scratch my scratch my itch for movies, for doing a movie. But my long term goal is to have my business be a well-oiled machine one day, hopefully within the next 5 years, and maybe definitely probably in the next 5 years, maybe even take the step to become full-time in this business, have some other employees, hired hands that are great shooters in the city. And I think that's really what I want to do. I don't know if I haven't really thought about leaving Montgomery too much yet. Like I said, I grew up here, and I kind of it's a place that's just near and dear to my heart. So, but yeah, those are my goals right now, and those might change over time and refine themselves. But as of today, that's just kind of what I have.
Okay, those are great goals, short term and long term, and I have no doubt you'll put in the work and make them all come to fruition.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. As we wrap up the podcast, I want to ask $1 million question. I started this podcast because I wanted to highlight the greatness connected to the city of Montgomery. Whether you were born here or lived here for a significant period of your life, be it college, military, or work, you being a hometown hero. Austin, what do you appreciate the most about the city of Montgomery?
Uh, appreciate it.
So like you saying
community.
a few minutes ago about, not necessarily wanting to leave Montgomery. So like, what's that
Yeah.
one thing that's keeping, aside from it being home, like what's that one thing about the city that you appreciate the most that's keeping you here for the time being?
Um, Community and potential. When it comes, like I said, I love the city, man. I grew up here. My family's here, and I want my son to be able to grow up and kind of experience the same, not necessarily the same life that I had. I'm sorry. Hey, you mind if I say goodnight to my boy? Good night, Daddy. Good night, buddy.
Sorry, man. That's dope. Hey, and I'm gonna keep that in the podcast too, man. That's real. Hey, that's real, man. It's family friendly, man.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
great, man. But I definitely
You want
understand where
to
you're
say?
coming from in terms
You
of
want
the
to say hey?
community and just the potential of the city. Those being the two things you appreciate the most. I
Hey.
got it. Hey, what's going on?
Hey. What's your name? Crew.
Isaiah?
Crew.
Okay. Nice
All
to
right,
meet you.
bud. Nice meeting you. Nice to meet you.
All right.
Bye.
All right, take care. But yeah, that's great, man. I definitely understand where you're coming from in terms of community and just the potential of the city, man. So that
But
makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah, the potential, man. When it comes to the potential, I feel like growing up, man, Montgomery has changed a lot for the better. I I can't remember like just I can't remember too much about how just the area developed, but I remember kind of when like East Chase pops up when East Chase finally got built. How cool that was to have just an outdoor mall in the city, all the places that were there. The development of downtown. I remember it was shoot, man. Downtown, we used to go. I remember going to going to Looking Good for Easter Sunday, getting Easter clothes every year. Kind of that strip, man. I remember going to those shops, and downtown was like a ghost town. It was just a bunch of old stores that were closed since
Right.
probably the civil rights movement. Had crowbars or burglar bars all on the doors and stuff. Just it was run down at some point. And now, man, you go downtown and it is all you see is tourists. You
Yep.
see people. You see buses. You see every spot is full. You have restaurants coming, getting slots. You have small businesses.
Yep.
It's beautiful, man. It's really great, and it's an area that is
It's done
ripe
a
for
one.
development.
It's done a
It's
180, man. Like
yeah,
you
yeah,
said, it used to be a ghost town. The only thing that was down there was Looking Good and Wheels, and
yeah,
now you got restaurants, the Renaissance, the Riverwalk. Yeah,
yeah,
Montgomery has
yeah,
definitely come a long way. So the potential
yeah,
is there, and it's gonna continue to expand and just continue to glow up.
yeah, man. And you got just all the places, man. We have Kia, or is it Kia or the car plant?
Hyundai,
Yeah, Hyundai. Uh,
Hyundai.
yeah, just so much has come to the city
Yep.
that is developing it into a force for creatives. You have people like Kevin King, Kalonji. They do their stuff. 21 Dreams. Like I said, Michelle Browder. She's a amazing artist, and we like man Montgomery. When you think about Montgomery, like I said, I'm in tourism, so part of what we do, we don't just market. We don't market just Montgomery, but we market the whole state. But since we're based in Montgomery, we do a lot of Montgomery-based tourism as well. And I know the civil rights market that this city has is just incredible. The history that this city has is honestly probably more dense than any place in America that I can think of.
Right.
You just go on Dexter, and you have the the court square where slaves are sold. Slaves are bought from the Riverwalk up the Riverwalk to this court square to be sold. At the Riverwalk was a full-on French and Indian War battle that was fought. Down the street from that, well, across the street from that was where Rosa Parks was arrested. Across the street from that is where the Civil War was started. They sent the telegram to fire on Fort Sumter. Down the street from that is where Dr. King preached. And across the street from that is the Capitol, where the first um, President of Confederacy was sworn in, where the marchers landed and stopped at the foot of the steps of the Capitol after marching from Selma to Montgomery, and it's a beautiful place with all this history that changed the world, man. We have a civil rights trail, a U.S. civil rights trail, and the slogan for the trail is "What happened here changed the world," and
No
that
doubt.
slogan doesn't fit anywhere more perfectly than it does Montgomery. Montgomery
Absolutely. Hmm.
is the epicenter of change in this world, not just in this country, but everywhere. I
Right.
mean, apartheid in South Africa was ended after the revolutions that we had here in America. So that
Right.
started from right here in Montgomery, man. And
No
this
doubt,
place
man.
is just growing and it's getting better and better since then. And I would just love to see the people that live in Montgomery continue to show the love that they have and develop it throughout the years the way it's been developed. I know a lot of people that I grow up with. Growing up, you have the desire to. I think naturally people have the desire to leave their home and leave the city they're from and maybe venture out other places. But once you do, man, like I did, we like I said, we moved to the beach,
Right.
and there really isn't any better place than home to me.
I agree, man. It's Montgomery is rich with history, a lot of potential, a lot of great things here, a lot of great things coming down the pipeline. So, Austin, how can people connect with you? What are your social media handles and website?
Social media, I am on right now. I'm only on Instagram under at New Vision Studios underscore LLC. Website is www.newvisionstudiosllc. And my email is a Simmons at newvisionstudiosllc.com.
Okay.
Uh, and I'm,
Right.
I'm, I'm, I'm going to work on having a Facebook page. So if you go to my website, which is again www.newvisionstudiosllc.com, you can I have a link to my social media on my website and also my contact phone number and email. Phone number is 334-462-5792. And that's my personal phone. So if you email me, you can also just text me and let me know that you sent me something. So I check it. I check it periodically, probably about every day or at least every other day. So yeah, man, that's how you can contact me. If you have an event, a sporting event or a sports team, a house that you want to showcase, sport or event that you want to grow and promote for the next year, promote for years to come, have a make memories with for highlight videos, or you have a story that you just want to tell, or photographs, have memories at your event that you can keep forever, man. Just give me a call, email me.
Huh?
I'm always available.
Too easy. And of course, I'll put all of that information in the description of the episode. Hey, Austin, thanks again for the conversation, man. I really appreciate you.
Hey, I appreciate you too. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Good people, that concludes another dope episode of the Gumtown Podcast. In the meantime, in between time, y'all know what to do. Be blessed, be safe, but most importantly, have the audacity to be you. Go.